Okay, good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you for joining us on our first Friday at 5 this year. I welcome you, our very own Dr. Rabbino.
Normally I would stand up to greet you, but it turns out that the recording only shows my belly button. Tonight I'm going to play some of the songs written by Rodgers and Hart. Now, you all know about Richard Rodgers, who ultimately joined up with Oscar Hammerstein and wrote so many of the wonderful shows that we know, like Oklahoma. But Lawrence Hart was very productive as well. He was actually born in 1895, but his life was short, and he only lived to be 48, but he composed over 500 songs and 28 shows. So, and he was particularly clever, sometimes racy, and I'm sure you'll be familiar with at least some of the songs. And you're more than welcome to sing. And if the Spirit moves you, you can dance as well. And if I'm off key, you can come up here and help me out. Anyhow, I hope you enjoy this, and that it strikes some familiar buttons for you. This song is called The Blue Room. It was written in 1926. You'll sow your trousseau and Robinson Crusoe is not so far from worldly cares as our blue room far away upstairs. By the way, the song Manhattan was from something called the Garrick Gaieties, 1926, 1925, and the Blue Room was from The Girlfriend, written a year later. This next song is called Dancing on the Ceiling, and you might remember Fred Astaire doing this in a film. We used to have a clock in the pool house, so we knew how long we were in the water. So I dedicate this song to that issue. I didn't know what time it was. Then I met you. Oh, what a lovely time it was. How sublime it was too. I didn't know what day it was. You held my hand, warm like the month of May it was, and I'll say it was grand. say I'm all yours alone. I didn't know what year it was. Life was no prize. I wanted love, and here it was, shining out of your eyes. Well, I'm wise, and I know what time it is now. 1940, a show called Higher and Higher, and the song is called It Never Entered My Mind. Once I laughed when I heard you say that I'd be playing solitaire, uneasy in my easy chair. It never entered my mind. Once you told me that I was mistaken, that I would waken with the sun and order orange juice for one. It never entered my mind. You have what I lack myself, and now I have to scratch my back myself. Once you warned me that if you scorned me, I'd sing the maiden's prayer again, and wish that you were there again to get into my hair again. It never entered my mind. This song is called Little Girl Blue. I think if you want to hear a master sing it, Sarah Vaughan's recording is so memorable. When I was very young, the world was younger than I. As merry as a carousel, the circus tents were hung with every star in the sky. Among the leaves we know so well. Now the young world is grown old. Gone are the tinsel and gold. Sit there, count your little fingers. What can you do? Old girl, you're through. Just sit there and count your little fingers. Unlock All you can do is sit there, count those little raindrops. Unlucky little girl blue. No use, old girl. You might as well surrender. Your hopes are getting slender. Why won't somebody send a little blue boy to cheer up little girl blue? 1935, wrote a show called Jumbo. Anybody here see that? You were middle-aged at that point, George, weren't you? Same year, the song is called My Romance. My romance doesn't have to have a moon in the sky. My romance doesn't need a blue lagoon standing by. No month of May, no twinkling stars, no hideaway, no soft guitars. My romance doesn't need a castle rising in Spain, or a dance to a constantly surprising refrain. Wide awake, I can make my most fantastic dreams come true. My romance doesn't need a thing but you. You don't know that I felt good when we up and parted. You don't know I knocked on wood, gladly broken-hearted. Worrying through I sleep all night, appetite and health restored. You don't know how much I'm bored. The sleepless nights, the daily fights, the quick toboggan when you reach the heights. I miss the kisses and I miss the bites. I wish I were in love again. The broken dates, the endless waits, the hateful and the hateful hates, the conversation with the flying plates. I wish I was in love again. No more pain, no more strain. Now I'm sane, but I would rather be ga-ga. The pulled out fur of cat and cur, the fine mismating of him and her. I've learned my lesson and I wish I were in love again. And of course, that's why the lady is a tramp. They wrote a show called Present Arms, and the year was 1938. And the song is You Took Advantage of Me. 1938 show called The Boys from Syracuse. I don't think they meant Syracuse, New York. This can't be love because I feel so well. This can't be love because I feel so well. This can't be love. I get no disease spells, but still I love to look in your eyes. That song, of course, is My Funny Valentine. My heart stood still. This was written before there were pacemakers. I took one look at you. That's all I meant to do. And then my heart my feet could step and walk, my lips could move and talk, and yet my heart stood still. Not a single word was spoken. I could tell you knew that unfelt clasp of hands told me so well you knew. I never lived at all until the thrill of that moment when my heart stood still. Do you believe that there's that kind of chemistry where it could happen just like that? Do you? Well, I do. I believe it. I lived it. So, and it's interesting that theme of instant attraction, whether they consider it chemistry or not, was a subject for Rodgers and Hart to tackle. So there's another song that they wrote that touches on the same subject, and it's called All at Once, You Love Her. You like her eyes, you tell her so. She thinks you're wise and clever. You kiss goodnight, and then you know you'll kiss goodnight forever. You wonder where your heart can go. Then all at once, you know. The song Where or When is, I think, probably something that everybody knows, has listened to. It's a way of a composer translating into a musical score the whole concept of déjà vu. And how they did it was remarkable. In this particular show, Judy Garland and Mickey Rooney. There's a couple for you. But it's again another song that Sarah Vaughan made famous and did so beautifully. When you're awake, the things you think come from the dream you dream. Thoughts have wings, and lots of things are seldom what they seem. Sometimes you think you've lived before, all that you live today. Things you do come back to you as though they knew the way. It seems we stood and talked like this before. We looked at each other in the same way then, but I can't remember where or when. The clothes you're wearing are the clothes you wore. The smile you were smiling then, but I can't remember where or when. Some things that happen for the first time seem to be happening again. And so it seems that we have met before and loved before and laughed before, but who knows where or when? The translation of that experience into song, to me, is just miraculous. 1927, the two of them wrote a show, and actually this was written shortly before I think they decided they were going to break up. And Lawrence Hart had a serious drinking problem, and I think Richard Rodgers knew that there had to be something else for him to do. But they wrote Connecticut Yankee, and this particular song, Thou Swell, Thou Witty. Thou swell, thou witty, thou sweet, thou grand, wouldst kiss me pretty, wouldst hold my hand. Both thine eyes are cute to what they do to me. Hear me holler, I choose a sweet lollapalooza in thee. I feel so rich in a hut for two rooms and a kitchen, I'm sure would do. Give me just a plot of land, and thou swell, thou witty, thou grand. Well, maybe the most famous show that they collaborated on was called Pal Joey. But Pal Joey turned out is really a rat. I mean, he was a womanizer. He was a hard drinker. He was an entertainer, but he wanted to own his own nightclub. And he wanted to be out there in front of the public. Don't call me Joey. So Joey has an affair with a wealthy middle-aged woman. But there's a certain amount of friction that's there. And when the passions have abated, there's some serious fighting. I'm wild again. I'm wild again, beguiled again, simpering, whimpering child again, bewitched, bothered, and bewildered am I could sleep and wouldn't sleep until I could sleep where I shouldn't sleep, bewitched, bothered, and bewildered am I. Lost my heart when my mother is cruel, I agree. Although the laughs on me, a pill he is, and still he is. Well, I've seen a lot. I mean a lot. And now I'm like sweet 17, a lot. Bewitched, bothered, and bewildered am I. I'll sing to him each spring, to him. Worship the trousers that fling, to him. Bewitched, bothered, and bewildered am I. When he talks, he is speaking words to get off his chest. Horizontally speaking, he's at his very best. Vexed again, perplexed again. Thank God I can be oversexed again. Bewitched, bothered, and bewildered am I. a woman who was so passionate about him, she realizes the end has come and it's time to say goodbye. And then they wrote the song to express that. Take him. You don't have to pay for him. Take him. It's free. Take him. I won't make a play for him. He's not for me. He has no head to think with. True that his heart is asleep, but he has eyes to wink with. You can have him cheap. Keep him, and just for the lure of it, marry him too. Keep him, for you can be sure of it, he can't keep you. So take my old jalopy, keep him from falling apart. Keep him, but don't ever take him to heart. Thanks, little mousy, for the present and all that. But in this housey, I would rather keep a rat. Only a wizard could reform that class of males. They say a lizard cannot change his scales. Take him. I won't put a price on him. Take him. He's yours. Take him. Pajamas look nice on him, but oh, how he snores. Though he is well adjusted, certain things make him a wreck. Last year, his arm was busted, reaching from a check. His thoughts are seldom consecutive, he just can't write. I know a movie executive who's twice as bright. So lots of good luck, you'll need it, and you'll need aspirin too. Take him, but don't ever let him take you. I hope that things will go well with him. I bear no hate. And all I can say is the hell with him. He gets the gate. So take my benediction and take my old Benedict too. Take him. It's too good to be true. If they asked me, I could write a book about the way you walk and whisper and look. I could write a simple secret of the plot is just to tell them that I love you a lot. Then the world discovers as my book ends how to make two lovers of friends. I think we're going to end with this next song. It's written in 1929. George, you have a comment about 1929? You didn't have your stripes yet, did you? Well, thank you all for your attention, and I hope you enjoyed it.
Thank you, Michael. Good job.
Thank you, Dr. Rabbino. I hope you all enjoyed the show. Thank you for joining us today. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Thank you.
Thank you.